Irons.
Hello guys and welcome to That's the Tea. I'm Nicole Holliday and I'm here with West Ham footballers Julia Simic and Alisha Lehmann and football journalist Samantha Miller. What are you doing?
Our intro, no?
Coming up on today's show, we'll be discussing double hat-trick hero Vivianne Miedema and West Ham and Manchester United's 5-goal thriller, plus everything else from the world of football. Right, we are going to start with a quick FAWSL roundup. So, Brighton 2, Reading 2, Arsenal 11, Bristol 1. Everton versus Chelsea was of course postponed. Then Manchester City 1, Liverpool 0, West Ham 3, Manchester United 2.
Yes.
Yay, come on the Irons!
I was waiting for that. Now, look, we owe you an apology, okay? Because on last week's show...
I've seen this.
Have you?
Yeah.
And we're
really
still
sorry,
here.
Julia.
To prove you wrong.
Okay, so for anyone who didn't watch last week's show, well, do you know what? Actually, I didn't say that I thought Manchester United would win. I feel like it was the other guest.
Yeah.
I just sat here like, But they thought that United would win, and they were wrong. So who's laughing now? Well done, congratulations.
Thank you.
What was it like in the dressing room after?
It was a
loud.
big party, no?
No, it was good.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah.
I think even like us, obviously Manchester's a really good team.
Yeah.
And we knew this before. Even if they just, or when they just came up in the league, they performing really well. I think over their expectations maybe as well. Have a really good philosophy and everything. So we've seen clips before the game, and we were all like, "Oh, it's a really good team we're playing on this Sunday," and that we could go out and even one like this is, I think, really good for our mentality. Even after the last games, we lost a lot of games and really bad as well. So it was really important for us as a team, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Also, it was quite a weird game because there were 2 goals in the first 3 minutes, I think it was, and then 3 goals towards the end of the game. But surely for confidence, I mean, because I think you had 3 losses in a row before that. Sorry to bring that up.
That was our last time here, but yeah.
We're not coming again.
But it must have been great then for you to get that win, right?
Yeah, I think because nobody expected that we would win, so it's so good, you know, that we won, and I think we played good. It's not that they was better and we won. It's like we won 3-2, so yeah, we were so happy, and it's good to celebrate that and take that with us.
Yeah, and as players, because you play as well, Sam, does it give you more confidence then going into another game when you've come off the back of a win?
Definitely, I was actually next to Julia when the
Yeah,
West
so
Ham
we
scored the
celebrating
winner.
together.
Where was the invite? I was watching that last night, like, how dare they?
Do you know what? At half time, Julia made me a tea, and it was one of the best teas I've ever had.
I've learned in the show a lot, you know. No, but yeah, I think I convinced you to really celebrate for us at the end as well, right?
Did you go wild?
Yeah.
We did a bit, yeah. No, it was just an amazing game.
Yeah.
I think big for confidence as well. And do you know what was key, I think, having Martha Thomas back? Yeah. She made a real difference. And to be honest, I would not want to play against Alisha and Leanne Kernan on the wings. Like, just the pace. Driving at players, dangerous.
Alisha's just staring at you as well. Staring.
I told her I'm coming back to West
Yeah, I was
Ham
like,
to take her
Say
place.
something good, say something good.
No,
joke.
Right, we
good
need to
game.
talk about Arsenal Bristol, of course. 11-1. 11-1.
I don't know if these the results are really, good for the league, you know.
Right, so that's calm down, Julia. That's give me time. But it's true because I mean that's a massive win. Obviously, the thing is, Arsenal need those goals. They need that for potentially towards the end of the season, maybe on goal difference that might make the difference. But it's not great to see in the WSL, is it? Right?
Yeah.
Nah, you don't want to see scorelines like that because it takes away that competitive element. And I think Bristol just stepped off Arsenal. They just let them play. You can't do that. And don't give Vivianne Miedema any space because she will punish you.
They gave them a lot of space, didn't they? And obviously they've got 6 goals and 4 assists, which
and
is...
we just said this in the train, you know, why she wasn't involved in the last goal. because she was not in the game anymore. So she would have been 100% involved as well.
Yeah, and they could have had a few more goals as well at points, Arsenal. I mean, how good is Miedema? I mean, that speaks for itself, doesn't it? But she's so, and her finishing is so cool. She's so fantastic, isn't she?
Ridiculously good. And the thing is, like they said it yesterday, at times she drifts to the left, drifts to the right, leaves that space open in front of her for her other teammates to drive in. But it's just the turn, and she's clinical in front of goal. You just know she's going to finish.
And I think, I don't know, we sit here every week almost and say, how good is Miedema?
I know, it's getting boring, isn't it?
You know, but it's still, I think, still surprising because we were also speaking of this, like, why is she so good? Because when you see her playing, it's not like, she don't touch the ball all the time, or she's not like
dribbling or something.
Yeah, like making outstanding actions all the time. She's just so, if she has a chance, she's clinical. She always scores. So I think this is her magic. It's not like being the best player on the pitch for 90 minutes. It's more like she's there when she has to be, and she can score like not only 2 or 3 times in a game. Obviously, she can score 6 times now.
Yeah, and Arsenal have actually now scored 18 goals against Bristol in just over a week, obviously because of the Conti Cup as well. What is going on at Bristol?
Do you know what? I just think Arsenal are that good, and I think what's key is I think like Miedema linking up with Van der Donk. That Dutch contingency is unbelievable to watch. Just their link-up play, their movement, they're so in sync. But Bristol, I would say they've got quite a young side, a lot of young players, maybe a bit naive at times, and just stepping off and letting Arsenal play.
Did you see Lucy Bronze's tweet yesterday?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see this.
So Lucy, do you know what? I don't think it was particularly controversial, but people on Twitter did think so. So she said early contender for top goal scorer in the Barclays FAWSL, I think. So that was in response to a video of Miedema. And she said, and I get told the French league isn't competitive enough. That's the emoji she used.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but okay.
I don't know.
Scandalous.
You know, it's just one game, so I think Arsenal is a really good club, and Bristol loves play and everything, and they're just good. You know, they score a lot. Like they have Miedema, so I would say they don't win another game high like this. You know, so it's still, yeah.
And I think these results shouldn't happen. Like, I think when you wanna sell the league as the most competitive league in the world and everything, obviously this is a little bit like a not setback, but it doesn't really look really good. I think. But I think this happens in Germany, this happens in France, this happens everywhere sometimes. It's just like maybe Arsenal were just outstanding that day and Bristol just had a really bad day.
Exactly.
So don't know. I think obviously it's not good for the outlook, but I think this can happen. So
of course, and also I mean Leon.
Yeah.
I mean, Leon is
every game like this, right?
No, Leon, so you can't, I can't really say that. Manchester City kept another clean sheet, but Ellie Roebuck is who I want to focus on. So obviously England goalkeeper, Manchester City goalkeeper. She's only 20 years old. She is so good. And I mean, I think she's getting a chance to shine as well, because obviously Karen Barsley's been out injured. But how impressed have you been with her so far?
So impressed. I mean, also I think what was big for Ellie Roebuck is going to the World Cup and just being part of that squad, training with them, seeing it. And also, as a younger player now, being a goalkeeper, you get the right coaching. I mean, like years ago, you wouldn't have proper goalkeeping coaches. You just train with the team, or now they've got specific training. She's young. Remember at the beginning of the season, one of the saves she pulled off against Manchester United, which was a memorable one, and I think she's got a bright future.
Absolutely. Do we think we could see her as an England future #1?
Yeah, I mean, like looking at the goalkeepers now, there was a debate which one should start, because not all of them were playing regularly for their first team at club level. But Ellie Roebuck's now getting in the rhythm, and I think she's got a bright future.
And obviously it's a good timing now. What you said, all the other goalkeepers are not really, they're not 100% in their team. So it's maybe now the time for her, if she plays some good games now and a good season. Maybe shines for England as well. So it's a time for maybe catching a spot or a place in the
absolutely. Obviously, we know that you two live together.
Yes.
What's it like living together? Nice.
It's on.
It's like my little sister, you know.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
We swap in clothes.
Yes.
Do you actually share clothes?
Yeah,
Of
like
course.
she wears my shorts now,
Yeah, do you mind?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like.
Hey, honey! We were waiting for you. And this is their third housemate.
Hello. You bring the newspaper.
Did someone win 11 years?
Arsenal! Yes! My guy! Right, what people might not know is that you two also live with Alisha's partner, Ramona Backman, who's also a footballer. Obviously, she's not here today.
Yeah, where is she?
Where is she?
Where is she?
They
What's
have
her
training.
excuse?
They have training, so.
Okay,
Chill.
fine.
Yeah.
I know you are. So we've got really creepy cutouts of your faces,
Yes.
and we're gonna find out what it's like for you guys to live with each other.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's find this out.
Right, are you ready for the pictures?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want to see it.
Me neither.
Yes, this is
Look
her.
at that! I mean, she's quite literally
Wow.
here.
Yeah.
That is
Shall we put her here
quite
or
a,
something? Or you
yeah.
want to have her here?
In the middle.
Give her a hug.
Right, then Alisha.
Oh. Yes.
Obviously, that's you.
That's me.
Julia looking like she's 5 years old.
Yeah. Only 2 years ago.
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was really in like modern wearing these hairbands at this time.
2 years ago.
Yeah. Maybe you missed it. The trend.
So I will ask you a question, and then you hold up the picture for the answer.
Okay.
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 You can't see
Alright,
mine,
It's
okay?
easy. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
No pressure.
Okay.
Who is the messiest?
Yeah, easy.
Easy.
Yeah, easy.
Love this stuff. Oh, Ramona, is she?
No, I'm joking.
Ramona.
Obviously, it's not Ramona. We just said we just put the when it's a bad question, we always put Ramona on. I would say it's her,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is the best cook?
Yeah, that's easy,
Yeah,
right,
that's easy,
Alisha?
right?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
What's your go-to dish?
I think I have a lot. What do you like the most? I think my bagels. So I make really
Morning
good.
bagels.
I know, but it is a little bit because so much love, and it's also an egg in the pan.
Wow.
And put cheese on it and the avocado. I make good guacamole, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everything together is really good. But yeah, what do you like?
Yeah, I would say like Thai something.
Yeah.
Like she's really good in Thai food.
Who is the worst shower singer?
Shower singer.
Shower singer.
Now we know I'd be great if I lived with you.
Yeah. Yeah, you would fit
I'm
perfect in.
This
Don't
hard.
want to be there.
I've never heard you sing in the shower.
Do you not think
Me
what you do?
neither.
No, wait. Oh, that was a
Yeah, like we have two different showers, so she is somewhere else than I am. So
But I think, yeah, you're really not good, right, at singing.
yeah, to be honest, I'm bad, but
Okay.
I am. You too, no?
Is Ramona any good?
No, I think she's the worst.
It's the
Come
worst.
on.
Yeah,
Oh,
come on.
really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Ramona.
Oh, I was going to ask you to sing there, but no
Yeah.
one needs to hear that.
No.
Right, who controls the TV?
Yeah.
TV.
Easy.
Yeah, that's
You seem
easy.
really angry about that too.
Yes. I don't like this so much.
Oh, okay.
You know, the problem is I have to decide the things because they don't know how it works.
Yeah,
So I have to do everything, you know. When they want to watch a game or something, like I have to.
honestly, the other day I was like, Alisha, can you switch channels? Yeah,
It's new. It's new. BT.
Okay, I was going
Yeah.
to say
Yeah.
you can't use a remote. That's baffling.
So yeah,
Yeah, I'm old.
it's me.
Who has the best eyelashes?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, I give her this. But I think mine are getting better as well, so.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
on a
nice
good
as
way,
well.
right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're good.
Yeah, thanks.
Who's most likely to have a cheat day?
Yeah, easy. Just leave it, right? I think it's the first. It's about sweets, yeah?
It's about sweets, right?
Yeah. Well, what do you like?
Can we eat them
Wait,
together?
Alisha sometimes skips a whole meal for 20 packs of Haribo or something.
No, I don't like Haribo's. I love chocolate.
Ice cream.
Oh, ice cream.
chocolate.
Yes. I'm
I
Swiss,
like
you know. I have to love chocolate.
And who is the funniest?
Yeah, easy, right?
Yeah, easy, right? I know. I think you're like funny when we are together.
Yeah,
you know? Like
yeah.
we are always together, so much funnier than alone.
Yeah.
So I would
But
say we are a
Who is
dream.
the least funniest? No, I'm joking. No, we're funny
No.
in a group, I think. Like,
I think Rami has to bring us on the ground again.
Yeah, yeah.
When we are like too
Calm
high
you
for
down.
energy.
she's the balance in the house.
Yes, she's
Yeah.
the balance.
So I feel like I know everything about your house just from Instagram, but I feel like you play football and like games. Is that what you do in your spare time? I just see like random things in the garden, maybe more in the
yes.
summer.
Obviously now it's too cold, but we have a lot of football games in the garden.
Yeah, a lot.
Once we made a game, I don't know what we played, but the loser always had to stand in the on the grass a little bit above the rest, and from inside we have a really big window. We can open the whole window.
Yeah, like the door, and it's big, you know.
Like,
then someone has to stand in the
like
grass and
lean over, and the rest were
then you
shooting
just
from
shoot
inside.
on that.
Does it get
Funny,
really
no?
competitive?
Yeah, kicking we have 5 balls or something in the lagoon.
And it was so cold, you know, but it was so funny.
Yeah.
Sounds really mean.
Yeah, our neighbors, I think, don't really like us, but
Who usually wins?
maybe look in the pictures.
Who wins? Sorry.
Yeah, I stood outside a lot, to be honest.
So
I think that was you. I don't know.
I think
why.
I won because I think I'm good at shooting, so I.
Yeah, no, you shot the most.
But
definitely.
Ramona's really skillful. She can do that around the world. Can you do that too?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I'm so funny.
That's a joke, right?
Right, we have some questions from Twitter, so we're going to do a little Q&A. So the first one is from Stuart Davis, who says, how much are you looking forward to playing together again soon?
Yeah, I think we are waiting so long, you know,
Since
for
12
this
months.
moment. Yes, and like I'm so excited to play with her because friends are always playing good on the pitch together. So I'm excited, you know.
Oh,
No,
need a tissue.
no, it's all right. You know, it's just
Yeah.
a little bit. But I think honestly, I think before we were really close friends, we already played together in West Ham, and I think for me it's easy to play with players like Alisha because she's just so quick. So as a midfielder, a central midfielder, it's just you just have to kick the ball in behind the centre backs, and she will always get it. So I think from also players wise, I think we click really good. Like we can play.
Yeah, because when
together.
she's in midfield, even when she's now in training or something, when you play with her, I can't just run and she plays the ball and we have it, you know. Then we score and it's so good, you know. It's so easy to play with her because she knows that I run and I know she plays. So yeah.
So is that, do you think, because you're so close as friends as well, that you just have that connection on the pitch?
I think that helps definitely.
Yeah, that
We always also that we speak the same language. When there's a little break or something, we always come together and I'll say maybe, hey Alisha, maybe try this, and she says I'm always there, something like this. So little conversations, but also like the type of player we are obviously makes it easy for us to.
Well, we were talking about this yesterday, that your team, they've got the nicest team, by the way, but you all get on super well.
Yeah,
How much of a
crazy.
difference does that make on the pitch and off it?
Yeah, I think like at West Ham we are like a little family, you know.
Yeah.
Like always when you go to training, you think like, oh, I'm feeling so happy here.
Yeah, you go
And
home.
yeah, I think it helps on the pitch as well. Like not always, you know, because a few times we are too close and then it's like then we lose games that we should have won, you know.
Yeah.
And but I think it helps. Like yesterday, you know.
Yeah.
Like Man United is a really good team, but at the end we won because we had a better
Mentality.
mentality as a team.
Absolutely. How are you getting on, by the way?
My name, you mean, right? I'm back a little bit in training again, so I'm training 1-2 sessions a week, and then need to rest a little bit again. But I think I'm on a quite good way, so it seems to be. I'm really optimistic to make some more games soon. Not this year maybe, but January time, when it gets a bit warmer, you know.
Yeah, I know. Tactical. I'm waiting for that celebration, Julia.
Yes.
I'll have to find a new team maker at half time.
Yes. Yeah, you will miss me maybe on the stands, but
I think I will.
Yeah, that
She
was
has me
really
back.
fun.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Right. Next question. Ellie says, what's it like playing against friends on opposite teams? That's quite good.
how is it like to play against Rami, for example, for you?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's quite cool because when you play against someone, you know, really good, you're so, I don't know, you want just to play and like to win and show them how good you are, you know.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I really like it to play against her.
Yeah, for example, when we play Chelsea or they play us the week before, we can't really speak about tactics at home. So it's a little bit like, and they are really doing this. I'm
Yeah, we don't
sometimes
speak about it.
sitting there and thinks it's a joke now, and they really don't say a word about who's going to play on Sundays or who's gonna start, what tactics we're doing, and Ramona's always guessing, and then we like, yeah, but we know she's playing, and she's like, maybe, and it's like, then we can't, sometimes you just speak because you speak, when you go home you talk about the day, and like 1 or 2 times it happened to me that I just spoke like, and then in the meeting they were saying, and I was like, ooh, we're playing Rami the weekend, so I can't really say this now, but now I think honestly on the pitch it's like, I think you forget it a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe if there's a throw-in or something and you see each other, you make maybe a little joke or something. But
Yeah.
apart from this, I don't think it plays a big role in your head.
When you
No.
when you did play each other, then when you went back to your house, was there a
Oh,
bit of
yeah.
awkwardness?
Yeah.
Almost that.
Like the worst thing was when we lost against them 2-0 and she scored 2 goals. Like that was bad for me, you know.
One day.
Like like at the moment I hear it, like still, you know, it's so, like it's 1 year ago and still she's saying stuff like this. But I think I don't know. Like we have more games against each other, so next time we win, you know.
Do you agree maybe not to talk about it afterwards, or? Do you
No, I don't mind, you know.
No, you don't.
It's a game and like, you know, I'm happy for her when she scores or something.
Yeah.
But like, it's
Not when
bad
it's like
against
this
my
moment.
team. Yes. But we can talk because we are adults, you know.
And I think Rami knows when to stop. I
Yeah,
think,
she
right?
knows. She's quite
gets the
mature.
hint.
She's good.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to talk about some stuff happening off the pitch. So I don't know if you guys saw, but Watford tweeted a profile on one of their players, Andrea Carid, and it was kind of talking about her difficulties trying to work alongside playing, and she was getting up at like 3 a.m. She was having a couple of hours sleep to work a shift at McDonald's, I think it was, before training a couple of times a week. And there's a quote here, and she says, I didn't sleep well, I was so stressed, I was anxious a lot, I broke my front teeth through grinding in the night. Now, look, I'm sure you guys probably have, of course, your own stories about growing up and trying to play, and a lot of people did find it quite tough and had to do other jobs and stuff like that. But it's is it a bit strange that they've kind of tweeted this story almost as a, I don't know, not a success story, but they're sharing a time where a player was obviously very stressed and going through a lot. More needs to be done, right, to stop things like that happening. It is really the main thing that we can take from that.
I think, like, personally, I think bringing up these stories helps. I know it sounds a little bit maybe crazy or something, but I think people knowing that's still something that happens. So this is like a image of the women's football.
Yeah.
It's not like we just spoke about it the other day, I think in Laguna as well, about making money transparent. So our salaries that people just know. Obviously men's football is quite usual already, but also with us that people don't see what we're really earning, because some games are in big stadiums and all of a sudden there's media and people see, oh wow, now the women's game changed, they play in big stadiums, they all professionals now, but that's not it. I think still there are a lot of girls who hardly can live from what they earn and not even thinking about, living from that. Like it's far off or far away from this, but it's still like a struggle, I think, a little bit money-wise as well for us. And a lot of girls also have, also with us, like there are some girls working next to football and trying to make themselves a better life, also like financial-wise. And obviously we women, we can do a lot of stuff at the same time, but I think it's still a struggle really to knowing that you have to get up early the next day, you have to sleep now, but then you also have to go to training and be really fit at the session, and also it's a little risk for your for your health to not injure yourself, and there comes a lot of stuff with it, I think. But I think that it's still the daily business of women's football.
Yeah. Do you
Stories
think
like
clubs can be doing more then, or need to be doing more to kind of safeguard players?
Yes. What I personally think in clubs, even the WSL, something they big clubs, they have a lot of sponsors in the background, a lot of companies being there. So make it a little bit, or make it the access a little bit more open for girls maybe to do something next to their football, sorting out their life after football. I think the clubs can be a little bit more proactive, helping girls for after their career. It's not just about themselves or their agents or something. I think clubs can take a little bit more responsibility as well for their players to be happy also apart from football and to look after them a little bit more.
Yeah, I completely get what you mean, because I think you're so right with the increased media attention as well of the game, that people probably do have a kind of misconception of wages, or like what it's actually like, what the reality is actually like. So you would be up for that being an open thing?
Obviously, I don't know. I wouldn't like too much like that everyone knows what I earn.
Yeah, that's sort of
This is
weird.
it.
Yeah.
But I think when you look more in the future, and I think maybe if that changed stuff or helps changing things, I would do it. Yeah, I wouldn't be against it, to be honest.
Yeah, and I think everyone thinks that we earn more than we do, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe it would be a good thing.
things are getting better and better, right? And
True.
I think even media opportunities, I mean, you talk about maybe having help in planning for after football, but I guess, I mean, even in the sense of there's a lot more shows now, like women's football shows, you know, like there are, but there are a lot more opportunities now as well, right?
Yes, even for like, for example, even us, we could have a future in football without like just being a coach. We could stay, you do a lot of media stuff apart from playing, which is so good that you can still work in football, in women's football, and can be paid as well from this and can live from doing media, doing stuff apart from the pitch and just attending at games and meeting people, doing interviews, stuff like this. And
I mean, I wanted to, like, that sort of stemmed from when I was playing. I wanted to promote the women's game. I felt like there wasn't enough coverage and I felt like more could be done, and also like on different platforms. So that was my aim, and I'm lucky to be able to now have turned that into a career where I can work in women's football and men's football and help promote the game as much as possible.
Yeah, what's it like for you then, seeing the shift as well, like the difference with, because I guess you're probably getting a lot more work now than you might have done 3-4 years ago, right, in the women's game?
Yeah, I mean, for me it's amazing to see because, I mean, it wasn't too long ago that I was at West Ham and we were training at Chadwell Heath in the evenings, so you'd sort of like work in the day and then have to rush. I mean, if I was working somewhere, I'd always say, by the way, I've got to leave a couple of hours early to get to training. So, but I used to love training, but I'd get back really late in the evening and then, you know, get up the next day. And we didn't get paid. So to see how far, especially like West Ham, how far it's come, I'm like, wow, like I was at the FA Cup final and I was thinking, that's amazing.
That's
like,
your team.
Yeah. I was like, when's my comeback?
Sign me. Bring your boots.
Yeah, I literally have my boots in my car, like, ready.
Always ready.
Always. So no, it is amazing to see the difference and the change. And it's just nice that, you know, a lot of my friends now can be full-time professionals, whereas like when we were playing when we were a bit younger, everyone was having to work on the side and do different things. But yeah, I mean, you're right about the work side. I really enjoyed the World Cup, being in France for 5 weeks.
With me?
Yeah, me and Nicole just meeting for a croissant every day.
All right, so now and tea.
Yeah.
And cakes from Strange Men. But anyway, we won't go into that. Moving on. Again, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Dortmund fans were some of them. They had, you've seen?
Yeah.
They had banners saying, "We want a women's team," in that voice as well.
In that language.
How important do you think it is for fans to show that demand and that want for women's teams?
Yeah, I think it's like very important because like when they want it, then maybe they do it, you know. I think when nobody's saying something, then they don't do it. But I think it was a really good thing they did, and hopefully Dortmund will have a women's team soon, you know.
You never know. I mean, do you think that all the big European clubs should have one?
They should.
Yeah.
I think Dortmund is under the 20 richest teams in Europe. So I think, and they only 2 or 3 clubs who don't run a women's team right now, and Dortmund is one of them. And I think, especially for women's football in Germany, it would mean so much if they, like a big team like Dortmund, the maybe second biggest team in Germany, just don't run a women's team. And I think this is, should change like quickly.
I wonder if it will though.
I hope so. I mean, like Man United, everyone was crying out for them to have a women's team
And
for
now?
ages. Now they've got one. You beat them yesterday.
And now they get beaten by West Ham.
But I think Dortmund would be really cool for them to have a women's team, and it's nice that the fans are actually the ones saying it. There's obviously a demand for it. We've seen the appetite for it, so why not?
Yeah.
All of them should have.
Exactly, right. From a side without a women's team to a new grassroots team, we sent Drew to meet Hackney Parrots to check out their new setup.
Hello guys, Drew here, and I am back on the pitch. This time come down to Bethnal Green to come and meet the Hackney Parrots. We're going to talk to some of the players, talk to the manager, get to know a little bit more about them.
We work in dance music, and there is a famous dance music track by Tesla called Hackney Parrot. So we've stolen it and moved back to London recently. Started a new job in February working in music, and a lot of these girls had wanted to start a football team, and I'd played a little bit of football before.
We kind of proposed to our employers, like, if you'd be up for getting us some money to get some kits and some balls and stuff like that.
At work, we work with Nike, and we kind of just told them we were starting a team, and they were really kind and gave us like a full kit. We just started going to the park to train. There's like about 5 of us at first, so we just joined like a 5-a-side league, the Super Fives in Mabley Green, and kind of blindly entered a team, and everyone's been like so enthusiastic. It's been really fun, and we've got a couple of the boys from work kind of taking it in turns to coach us, which is really sweet.
I worked with some of the girls, and one day they were just like, right, we want to start a football team. You seem to never really shut up about football, so why don't you come and coach us and see if you know what you're talking about.
I was lucky enough to be taught from a really young age and just pass on the little knowledge I do have.
A lot of people were a bit nervous about playing at the start because no one had ever done it, and people hadn't really played team sports for a while. But then people started bringing their friends, and I think everyone loves how much like support you get from everyone else in the team. It's like a way of meeting new people.
When we first started, a few of them had never played football before. We started with some of the basics, and now we're moving into the tactics stuff, and now that we played an 11-a-side recently.
Everyone's just got a lot tighter, especially the people who aren't necessarily from the office. It's become like one big family.
It's just grown quite naturally, really, and it's really fun. Like, we go to a few parties together, go to the pub together. We've got an Instagram at Hackney Parrots, which is a bit silly, but it's fun. And like, if anyone wants to come along to training, just message on there and we'll give you the details, and anyone's welcome to join for training.
It was so good to meet the Hackney Parrots and learn about how they started and where they're heading towards. It's a really, really great group of girls, and I'm so thankful for them inviting me to come down to their session. I managed to get one little cheeky girl, but I don't think it was caught on camera. But anyway, it was a really great time. Thank you for having us, and we'll see you soon.
Right, that's all we have time for.
Oh.
Thank you, Julia. That's the reaction I was hoping
done.
for. That's it. Alisha, like, okay, cool.
Okay, bye.
I was hoping
Finally.
that we were going to wrap up. Where can people follow you on social media at home?
On Instagram.
Okay,
Instagram.
Sorry, don't come to us.
Simic Julia, please.
Yeah, what's your address and your postcode?
My Instagram account is Alisha Lehmann. Follow me.
She has enough follower already.
No, follow me.
So many followers.
Yeah, but like, it's never enough,
She's got more than the club.
I know.
She's got more than the club.
Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
Follow me.
it's funny, the page.
That's a good page. You can follow me on Instagram at Samantha Jade Miller. I feel like I should make it a bit shorter. Do you think?
Samantha Jade Miller. I mean, that's your
That's your name, no?
No, you can't lie.
Just get on your name.
For sure. We'll
Change your name.
brainstorm. We'll think of a good one. Anyway, that is all we have time for. Remember, you guys can get involved. Tweet us at Copper90. You can join the Facebook group Football is Football and leave your comments because we like to feature them in the show. And we'll see you back here after the next round of FA WSL fixtures. But for now, that's the team.